do? What your mouth do? What that mouth do? What that mouth do? What that mouth do? Okay. Oh, snap. What that mouth do? Oh boy, I know you lying. They be fucking with me. Oh my god, I cannot stand this platform. Oh my god. This is so crazy. I cannot stand this platform. Like, oh my god. Please, God, have patience with me. Have patience with me. Have patience with me. Lord, give me strength, 'cause I don't know why they keep fucking with me. Oh yeah, we would have been back 2 minutes ago. Same thing happened on members. Come on in here, members. Come on in here and tell the people. They did the same thing on this that they did on that members video. You remember when I said I thought I was live that whole time? And then, sister. I love when Jesse Wu say that. But y'all know, remember when I was in that live that whole time and I told you guys that I had set it to public, and I told you guys, I put the thumbnail on there and everything. I put the thumbnail on there and everything, and I changed the description box. I changed the title, and they just switched that bitch around. And I'm just like, what the fuck going on? Why y'all be messing with me? Because it really comes off like I'm just stupid. It really comes off like I'm dumb and stupid and incompetent. And it's frustrating because I'm definitely not A1, number one. And number two, it just messes up the whole flow of the situation, because then I got to go back in here and I got to change all the settings back to what they were. I got to re-upload the thumbnail. And I'm just like, it's all, I feel like, first of all, it's not just because people sending negative energy or nothing like that, or you know, entities and stuff trying to get at me. It's not just because of that. It's also it's like, I feel like it's also a test for me to not be, you know, to not like give up on what I'm doing and things like that. I feel like it's definitely a test for me. It's definitely a way for me to hone in on my craft and to really like do my best to try to present myself in a positive way. Oh my God. Is that Diane? Good Lord. Good Lord. I know that ain't Diane. I miss you, girl. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I know that it's not like, I know it's not just, you know, negative energy. I know it's also like a determination factor, like a test. But it just feels so irritating that like when I try to like, I planned this live. I told members know, I told members that I was going to try to go live today. And I've been working all day to try to set this up and like testing it. And it just blows the fuck out of me. Like it just blows me because I hate looking stupid. I hate looking stupid. But you know what? It's not that big of a deal. Like I'm not like super pressed about it, you guys. I just, you know, I wanted to present something to you guys that was professional, and I wanted to try to make it enjoyable for you guys as well, to include you guys in the conversation. But we just going to do it the regular way, and we're going to try to get our flow back because can't nothing interrupt our flow, right? It's definitely growing pains, but part of it is like, okay, Part of it is growing pains, but part of it is like, I know that there are a lot of factors that come into play that don't necessarily want to see this information get out there. So if you are in here right now, first of all, please like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. If you're just catching on to me and this is your first experience with me, and you know it's a little crazy, it's a little kooky, it's a little out there, it's a little weird, this what you gonna get, okay? This what you gonna get. Please like the video, okay? If y'all gonna be in here, like the video. I know we had a momentum going. We can get the momentum back. This is one thing that I try to tell you guys about, like, things that happen when it comes down to the situations in your life, right? I tell you guys, don't look at my situation and be like, oh, you know, that's what, you know, sometimes people have to go through. No, this is all of us. All of us. All of us have to learn this. And all of y'all got to be prepared to go through the same time. Not my same situation, but in your personal life, you have to be prepared to go through those situations that test you and challenge you. And you have to be able to look at it from a standpoint of it being your process. You know? Uh-oh, we got a new member. It is definitely a reunion in here, Brittany. I think that, yeah. Thank you guys for coming back in. We are back, Ray. I know that's right. Lewis is back. Charlene, Bex, Hey Boo, Quest, Leah, EOD, Sister Girl. I know. Kathleen, thank you. Thank you guys. Man, Diane, I'm glad you've been good, girl. Congratulations. I feel, look. You be sending me stuff on TikTok, girl. I just do not have time sometimes. I be trying to stay off that platform. But yeah, so basically, y'all listen. Because they was trying to cut me short. They was trying to cut me short, honey. Okay? And this is the thing. Y'all got to understand. Basically, we were talking about infiltration and we were talking about infestation, which leads to incarnation. Let me just get straight to the shit. Okay? Because, you know, I ain't got time to be playing with these folks on this here internet trying to shut it down. Y'all have to understand that y'all got to understand that a lot of places are infiltrated. I feel like the infiltration has already taken place. I gave you guys the example, the man spraying the fruit with the wait, hold on. One of y'all said something. The man spraying the fruit with the pesticides. One of y'all said something. One of y'all just sent a paragraph. I saw it. Lewis, you said after the live ended, African dude walked up on me talking about they just put up some new internet towers. Oh my God. Do it again. Thank you for joining the diameter. Thank you. Do it again. I'm so sorry. I meant to highlight that. Thank you so much for joining the members. Okay. Sarcastic uncle, you said, I swear if we knew each other in real life, we would vibe so well. I enjoy your readings. You're funny. You're real. You're all beautiful inside and out. Oh, thank you. Your soul rocks, legit. Sending love and light. Thank you so much. Thank you as well, Kathy. I just want you guys to understand, like, what I want y'all to know what's going on. Okay. I'm looking for a lighter because my lighters aren't really working. I want y'all to understand what's going on because let me tell y'all something. This spiritual space right here is being infiltrated. I don't know. I was about to tell y'all about that other story. I don't know if y'all heard about this story. I told you, I think I told members or I said something about it in one of the readings, but there was a dude who was upset about copyright because he was a YouTube creator and he went to the YouTube creator that he was beefing with, came to Las Vegas, and then a dude who was angry about him coming, or he was upset that he was copywriting his stuff, went and found him when he was out with his wife in Las Vegas, and then he pew both of them, and now they don't have life. You know, they sent back to God and glory. And then the lady that I was just talking about, it was a video of this lady snatching this other woman up on the airplane. Yep. You heard about that, Kathleen. See what I'm saying? It was another lady who I just saw a video about. She was snatching a lady up in her crown on the airplane. And she was like, they was like, let go of her hair, let go of her hair. And the lady must have been strung out. I don't know what she was on. People gonna blame a lot of this stuff on the, you know, them things. People gonna blame a lot of this stuff on DR. You remember how the old folks used to say aura? They're gonna blame it on that. But that ain't what it is. It's the infiltration. I'm telling y'all right now. She did. She did, Brittany. And did y'all see the video? First of all, can y'all please like the video? Stop fucking with me. Okay. And we back, Mika. We back. Listen, get fired. Even though I don't like Kevin Gates like that right now, he just seemed like a warlock. I don't like him right now. He seemed like a warlock. He coming off real warlockish. But I do like the fact that he said we got 6 jobs and we don't get tired. Okay. But y'all also saw that video about the because I was talking about the lady who was getting her hair snatched up on the airplane. And then there was another couple, this toxic ass couple that was live and arguing, and the girl was ran through and the man was dusty, and he ended up taking a very pointy object and ejecting her soul out of her body and sending her on to glory on the live stream. I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know what's wrong with people. I couldn't, well, I ain't gonna say I couldn't watch it. I had to fast forward through the part where they was arguing because the dog was just barking in the background, and the arguing, the friend was just cackling in the girl's ear in the background. Okay, y'all hit the like button. Thank you so much if you're gonna be in here. You know what I mean? Child, Brittany, you said a word. Do it again. You said, yep, something up with Kevin. You said something up with Kevin. I don't know what his spirit telling. His spirit is taking. Listen. What that song is? We taking over. One spirit at a time. Okay. Yes, and Lewis said it, Lewis. Lewis, you just said it. Look, y'all look at in the chat and see what Lewis just said. Lewis told us that the dude on that video said that the girl put a root on him. And they was talking about that in the video. Exactly, Mika. Now look. I already told y'all. A long time ago that the spiritual community and the tarot community was infiltrated with a bunch of fake, phony people. They probably in here now watching. Because they know which one of us are the real ones and which one of us are the fake ones. Exactly. It's a lot of us that are real, and it's a lot of them that are fake. And I wanted to highlight all of those different things because they're not the only situations. There's a lot of it was even simple stuff. I don't know if y'all saw that video of the girl getting mad at a person in her neighborhood. They live in the same neighborhood. It was 2 situations. One of them was a lady who got upset with a man for just saying hello to her. She was walking her dogs, and the man sits outside, and he just says hello to the people in his neighborhood. And guess what she did? She took her dog's feces and smeared it on the man's forehead. Then it was another story that came out a few months ago where a lady got upset with the person driving the car behind her. She went to the front of the car, on the hood of the car, popped a motherfucking squat, and literally let loose, sharded the liquid devil right on the hood of somebody's car. Now, you could argue with me. Okay, you could argue with me. Hey, Calf. You could argue with me when I tell y'all. Exactly, Mika. Thank you. You can argue with me when I tell y'all that there's an infiltration going on, which is leading to this infestation, which is gonna go forward towards incarnation. You can argue with me if you want, bitch, but I'm not gonna listen to you. I don't care what you say, because the reason why I say that it is an infiltration, right? The infiltration been going on. Now they're starting to move to the infestation phase. This is what Spirit wanted y'all to know, that it took so long to get here. I'm hungry, y'all. I'm gonna eat. But the infestation stage is happening right now. And when we went back, if you look at the first video, we talked about the definition, which is the presence of an unusually large, because this is an unusually, like, this is the thing y'all got to understand. These types of things been going on for a long time. This ain't nothing new. People been crazy since the dawn of time. It's not that people are just now becoming crazy. It's the fact that it's become so blatant and so loose and it's so out of control to where people are not able to control these carnal, low vibrational urges, that there is a difference now with what is going on than with what has been going on. And y'all need to understand that. People, of course, a lot of older people will tell you that everything just repeats itself and things just continue to happen. Okay. And if you're going to be in here, please hit the like button. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much. We got to work together. Okay. Okay. Come on. Let's work together. But, old folks will tell you that. They'll tell you that, people been doing the same stuff, but we are de-evolving. We are de-evolving back to a time of ignorance, for lack of a better word. We are moving backwards. And what you guys need to understand is that not everybody is going to be able to pick up on the things that are happening on a deeper level. So you got to be cognizant and aware of your surroundings. You got to be cognizant and aware of how people step to you. Okay. And Spirit wants you to know that the infiltration has already taken place. The infiltration process is done. They have infiltrated the bodies of people, the souls of people that they have been able to access. Okay. They've infiltrated a large group of people who they've been able to access the spirits and the souls of. And these are spirits, energies, entities, demons, whatever you want to call them. I don't even like calling them demons, because at the end of the day, you have to invoke something for it to be used. And then once it's used, you have to put your intention on it to create a result. So if there's any type of tool out here, I tell y'all all the time, the Bible, a pum, a car, a hammer, a nail, any of the tools that we have, I could pick up this water bottle, and because my intentions are to quench my thirst, this is not considered a weapon. But if I was feeling froggy one day and I got mad at somebody and lost my cool and lost my temper and allowed the negative influence of whatever was being projected on me to take over, I could hook my little finger in here and I could pow over the side of somebody's head. Or if I was in danger and I was walking at night in my neighborhood and somebody followed me and tried to possibly attack me hypothetically, I could use this as a protection. So you have to understand the things that we were talking about in the original portion of the live, which is number one, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. And the reason behind that is not necessarily because you're seeing an illusion. It's just that the perception of the situation that you're being shown may have been manipulated or falsified in order to get you to assume a particular conclusion or jump to a particular conclusion. And you also may not be seeing everything that's going on. You could see somebody walk up to a person and slap them upside the head in the middle of the street, but you also don't know what led up to that person walking up to somebody and slapping them upside the head. So it's always important that you really only take what you see. You only take it with a grain of salt. Then on top of that, you have to understand that the infiltration, infestation, and incarnation could take place on any arena, like we talked about as well in the beginning. We doing a recap because we said the water, we said the food, we said the media, we said social media, we said influencers, we said the educational system. Y'all had a lot of good examples about what it could be. So as you start to observe your surroundings and your situations, and you begin to take a bird's eye view of what's going on, you will see all of these things beginning to play out. And the next step, because right now we're on the infestation phase, we on the phase where the number is getting large and the damage is starting. The dis-ease, the disruption, the discord, the discourse, it's all beginning. So if you want to heed this message, that's going to be on you. But the next stage is incarnation. And what was incarnation? It was a person who embodies in the flesh. Okay, a person who embodies in the flesh a deity, spirit, or abstract quality. So we've all incarnated because we're all living. We're all, hopefully, y'all are living. We're all living and breathing. We're all doing what we're doing. And it may be fun and you know, it's all cool to, you know, detach yourself and be distant and take yourself away or out of these things, which you should, because they start to become cumbersome and unhealthy, and it starts to become very frustrating when you have situations that really test your patience and really take you there. It's irritating to hear about a lot of these things that happen over and over again. But when I tell you, Spirit is warning y'all, Spirit is telling us, trying to prepare us for this incarnation. Because the more the infestation is realized and the more the infiltration is carried out, the easier it is for the incarnation to take place. I mean, do y'all hear what I'm saying? I mean, because listen, tell me, okay, y'all tell me in the comments, how are you feeling right now? Because I want to know your feedback. How are y'all feeling about the spiritual community? I'll wait. Tell me in your thoughts, in your opinion, in your words, how are y'all feeling about the spiritual community, especially here on this platform, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever? How you feel about it? Let me know what's going on. It's being projected. Elaborate on that, Lewis. Mika said a lot of readers are fabricators. Sexy Trapper, you said they too quiet. Elaborate on that. They too quiet. Let me know what you're talking about, because I'm interested to know what you mean by that. Because I think I know what you mean, but I don't want to assume. Y'all don't have to rush. It's okay. Kathleen said, I'm starting to only watch what I feel I can trust. There you go, Kathleen. Kathleen, you be acting like you don't know what's going on. You know exactly what the fuck is going on. Stop doubting yourself. Kathleen also said, some are taking things too far. Quest, you said, look what Ibrahim somebody is doing, who happens to be 314 Pisces. Just saying, it's our time to usher in the age of knowing what sign sees easily through illusions. Okay, I never heard of them, but I have to go look them up. Ivory says, love my spiritual family. I know that's right. Brittany, you said it's hard to trust because you don't know really one's intentions. And Brittany said, I be wanting guidance with my new spiritual awakening. Okay. Leah's agreeing, saying yes. Okay, Lewis, you elaborated. You said they acting like they with us to get closer. Oh, okay, because you originally said it's being projected. Okay, yeah. So you basically saying that they just trying to go along to get along so that they can get along with us. But really, they just kind of want information, want to feed off of your energy, all that type of stuff. Sexy Trapper, you elaborated. They said they not loud like they used to be. Marching in the streets, praying in the neighborhood with the community, etc. I don't see no pastors outside reaching the people. Okay, yeah. Okay. So you bringing a more religious. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because religion is spiritual, y'all. Religion is definitely spiritual. Religion is definitely spiritual. And what Sexy Trapper said is very true, because it's a lot going on that it's not a lot of, it's not a lot of spiritual leaders being real loud talking about it the way that they talk about other stuff, or the way that they champion for certain things, right? Aura, you said, to be honest, I'm kind of new to the spiritual community though. A lot of readers talk about a lot of specific messages, not gonna lie. They do, right? And since you're new to the spiritual community, what I'm going to tell you is that the things that you may think are very specific may not be as specific as you think if you look at it from the perspective of someone reeling you in to trauma bond with you. Right? Because I give y'all specific situations. Sometimes I give you situations that I feel, because of the collection of cards, are similar or describe or depict the type of vibe that I'm picking up on, and it just may match your situation. But honestly, it's an example, and I don't really know what the fuck is going on in your life. I'm just telling you from the cards that I see, this is the picture that's being painted, and then I describe it. And because you guys may be going through that situation, and because I do try to be as authentic as possible, that may be relating to what you're going through. But a lot of you guys will tell me in the comments, it may not be my exact story, but I gained something from the message because of X, Y, and Z. But a lot of these people, sometimes they will know that certain people are going through certain things, and they'll use those buzzwords to bring you in. So I just want you to keep that in mind, since you are a part of this collective here and you are a member. I just want you guys to know that. Now, Do It Again said, I think it's so fake. Everybody thinks they're an earth angel. Everybody thinks they're a chosen one. Like, baby boo, it's only 145,000. Everybody ain't special. Relax. Wait, Do It Again. I remember you. You came back. You used to be here. You used to vibe. I remember your name, don't you? I know that's right. Timu Consciousness. I know y'all need to get y'all need to get the fuck on. Not Timu Consciousness. Great Value brand, Kroger brand. Kroger brand really ain't that bad. I don't fuck with Great Value though. But that Temu consciousness, oh my lord. Oh my lord. I know that's right. Sarcastic Uncle said, I resonate with some people on YouTube. I can tell very quickly if they are legit. You just speak and articulate the message well. Oh, you talking about me? Okay. Oh, thank you. You said, I understand some are still learning and doing their best. Yes, I believe that as well, Sarcastic Uncle. You make a good point because there was a time and a place where I was trauma bonding with the people who I was reading for. And that's why I feel like sometimes, because I'm going to be real with y'all. This is a real live. This is a very transparent live. I realized that I was reading tarot for the wrong reason. I realized that I was trauma bonding with a lot of people. And the reason why a lot of people gravitated towards me was because we were vibrating on the same level traumatically. And it's the same way as you trauma bond with a relationship romantically. It's the same way that you trauma bond with family. It's the same way that you trauma bond with friends. We were just doing it electronically. And then I realized I got a little, upset. I had to figure out how to navigate the situation because when I started to try to understand a better way to communicate, and when I tried to understand more healthy ways of not just expressing myself, but more healthy ways of doing this thing that I really enjoy to do. You know what I mean? It made it kind of difficult for me because those trauma bonds that I had built when I was reading from a negative place or not with the purest of intentions didn't resonate with me anymore. They didn't resonate with the things that I was saying. They didn't resonate with the things that I was doing because I wasn't focusing on the things that facilitated and perpetuated that trauma bond. And I think a lot of people, to, Sarcastic Uncle's point, you do have to remember that a lot of people come into situations not knowing what they don't know. People only know what they know, and they can only make decisions to the best of their ability at the time based on the information that they have. So my issue, I just want to be clear when I break down these different situations and we talk about infiltration. I want to be clear that those are not the people who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those people who are still learning and navigating their journey. And they're doing the best that they can with the best of intentions with the information that they have. That was a very good point. Okay. Okay, Quest, you said there's two different spiritual / conscious communities. Okay. What are the two different ones? You might have already elaborated, but if you didn't, please elaborate. Oh, you said Temu consciousness. That's what you was talking about. Okay. The authentic consciousness and then the Temu consciousness. Mm-hmm. It's in the Bible too. Then it's lots who take your good energy for their come up. Ooh, that's why I'm saying that's a choice though. That's a choice though. You gotta make sure you don't fall into that crowd. Cass said the fakes are the ones that prey on the most vulnerable, easy targets. It's true. Have y'all noticed that within the spiritual community that you'll see people and they'll do all of the things like, okay, I started reading tarot. What was it? 2020. And there were a lot of people who were reading tarot, but it really blew up right around 2020, 2021, all the time when the vid was happening and people was having to get the jabs and folks was, concerned about the state of the world. And ooh, I feel like part of the infiltration started at that particular moment. Hey, Asia. Hey, Asia. How you doing, boo? I saw your name pop up. Hey, girl. Hey, I missed you. All of our OGs are back in here. That's why I wish I didn't have to start over. But I'm telling y'all, It blew up around that time because there was a lot of uncertainty. But then, I'm hungry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm really not sorry. Okay, I'm not. Mmm. 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 Because I'm going to tell y'all something. No, I was talking about the live, though. It's okay. I didn't want to start the live over, but it's okay. Mmm. Child. But that's what I'm talking about. When it comes to the people, I'm not talking about the people who are still trying to navigate and learn their way. Because certain people, you know, if you're an authentic person and you're truly invested in growth and ascension, especially when it comes to the line of business of being a spiritual practitioner, you have to understand that there are going to be things that you mess up on. You know, you're going to get readings wrong, possibly, you know, subjectively. You may get readings wrong. You may, you know, say the wrong thing or say something. You may have gone back in your mind and looked back on your work and had a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda moments, but there's only so much that you can do. And if you are a person who's being authentic when it comes to your journey and when it comes to your practice and you want to grow and learn and develop, you have to understand where you as a spiritual practitioner create those trauma bonds, but you also have to understand as a person who's just on your own individual spiritual journey, whether you're going to be a spiritual practitioner or not. As a viewer, as someone watching, this is what I try to drill home to you guys, that sometimes it kind of frustrates me because I feel like sometimes it goes over a lot of people's heads. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. And this is why. The reason why I tell you guys all the time that you really have to be careful about the people you watch out here. You really have to be careful about what you take in. You really have to be careful about the things that you listen to and the things that you choose to apply to your life. Because sometimes the motherfuckers who are telling you, oh, not your baby daddy. Your baby daddy is dropping facts. Okay? Not the Uma. Okay. That's why I be telling y'all at the beginning of the readings. What do I say? I hope you're doing well, or as well as can be expected. I took that part out. I stopped saying that because I hope you're doing well. Period. I hope these messages help you. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. I also say where you can find personal reading information, but I tell you guys to make sure that you only take what resonates. Don't bring anything into your life that doesn't belong. Because even if because there could be situations where I'm reading for someone. How many people view these videos? How many people watch the channel? How many likes and comments do you see in the on the video that you're watching? It's a substantial enough number. I'm not trying to boast or brag because that's for the birds. Okay, I'm proud of myself, but I'm not trying to boast and brag because there's people out here who are getting bigger numbers than me. And, you know, the thing about it is, out of all the people who are watching these quote unquote spiritual channels, and out of all of, even if they're not reading tarot, y'all, it doesn't matter if you're talking about tarot readers. It doesn't matter if you're talking about astrology. You could be talking about self-help. You could talk about the people in the self-help field. People who are preaching about, you know, what women should be doing. People who are talking about what men should be doing. When you have all of these niche groups that, you know, start from one premise and then branch off. This is how you get cults. This is how you get cults. This is how you get people who start acting crazy like this. Because you got a bunch of people out here who are trauma bonding with folks on a major level. We have all this technology. We're incorporating even more technology at a lightning pace. And you have all of these different intentions and influences coming from the people around you, but really it's coming from this one device. It's coming from our phones. It's coming from our social media. It's coming from the things that we log into. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, because I see this as a fortunate situation. Oh yeah, uh-huh. I look at this as a fortunate situation, y'all, because this is showing people, everybody's so scared and twisted and shook about what the fuck is going on. Everybody's worried about this whole thing with uh Iran and Israel, and I don't really want to talk about that because I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, but everybody's worried about that. Everybody's worried about the food shortage, food shortages and hunger crises. And then you got everything going on in LA. Do you see what's going on? If y'all utilize the tool that you have within this channel, there's a lot of content from 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago. A lot of this stuff was being predicted. And if you really go back and look at the readers who've been on this platform from before 2020, who actually have some type of authenticity and integrity, you will see that a lot of the stuff that's going on now has been predicted years and years in advance. And one thing about it that I really want to drive home to you guys is that the spiritual community has been infiltrated too. And I want you guys to be very careful, because I brought up that story as an example where the man, made some extra holes in his wife and sent her home to glory. Because I'm not just talking about you being concerned and aware of the prevalence of falsity within this community for yourself, but I'm also being receiving this warning and being given the advisement to caution you about the possible influences that could come from another person. You don't know if they're listening to spiritual practitioners. You don't know if they're listening to tarot readers. You don't know if they're listening to astrologers or people online who say they're channelers. And you don't know what type of influences whoever they're listening to, how those influences are determining how these people you're around make decisions. And I felt like I needed to talk about this because you guys have to understand the incarnation is coming. The incarnation of negativity, the incarnation of drama, the incarnation of, what did it say? Dis-ease, danger, damage. But one thing that you need to know is that, one thing about it that I feel like a lot of you guys have to understand about the way that I view situations. I'm going to read the cards. Okay? But you should never be relying on these cards to say whether or not you're going to be all right. Mika, you said, oh yeah, you right. It's a lot of dark energy being channeled from others. Uh-huh. Quest, you said there's a lot of AI channels out there. Yes, there are. Thank you for bringing that up. Not only that, there's a lot of AI channels out here, and the AI is getting less and less easy to point out. It's getting harder and harder to discern whether this AI or some of these AI channels are real. And what I found is that a lot of AI channels have people who are watching who don't give a damn if it's AI or not. It's a lot of folks out here who just be like, please put the chains on me, master. Put the chains on me right now. I just want to go on ahead and get my chains on so I can be ready with my chains on. I just don't want to even, I don't even want to fight. They be like, please lock me up. You know how when them folks be strung out on drugs and and they kind of like out their mind, and they, know that they did something wrong, and the police officer trying to talk to them, but they strung out and they kind of hungry now, and they want to get a meal and go lay down. So they be like, just take me to jail. Just lock me up. Just lock me up. Just lock me up. Because they tired and they strung out. That's how they be. They be wanting to go to the jailhouse so they can sleep it off. Get some breakfast in the morning. They be trying to go lay down. You know what I mean? So you got to understand, it's a lot of people out here who you guys are going to have to, like, this is the thing, because a lot of y'all have the philosophy sometimes of trying to avoid these types of situations. A lot of people, not just you guys, right? But a lot of people have the philosophy of, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, what Agatha said, but I'm not holding it against you. You don't want to focus on it. You don't want to watch it. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to address it. And that's your prerogative, right? If you send positive energy out into the world, you don't have to focus on a specific person. You don't have to focus on a specific topic or subject. You could just be like, God, I hold my hands up and I send positive energy out into the world because I want people to, succeed. I want people to grow. And that's how you can help the situation. But what I want a lot of you guys to understand is that you can't be the ostrich. Isn't that the saying? Isn't that what people say when you don't want to see something or you want to avoid situations? A lot of y'all cannot be the ostrich and stick your head in the sand. Because the more that you stick your head in the sand and the more that you try to avoid the situation at hand and you try to avoid seeing it and dealing with it and you don't want to process it, the more it's going to creep up and bite you in the ass. Okay? In order to deal with these situations that are toxic, you got to be able to face the situations that are toxic. And the part that frustrates me as someone who gets these messages, I'm trying to find people who are open to receiving it. And I think that's why a lot of, readers have gone quiet. I think that's why a lot of people have stopped being so vocal about these warnings, because y'all motherfuckers ain't listening. It's a lot. I'm not talking about all of y'all, but it's a large amount of people who just be like, chain me up. Chain me up. And y'all motherfuckers don't listen. But then you want to complain. Why do you think there's been the ability for so many industry plants to come in when it comes to like the music industry? Why do you think so many people have been able to infiltrate Hollywood and the music industry and even the spiritual community? It's because it's because when the real people who really want to spread a message come out and spread that message, the mob, the hive mentality, the group, the collective don't fucking listen. I posted a video on this channel. Okay. When did I make it public? The 19th. It was yesterday. I made it public yesterday. I made it public yesterday. The title of it was, "You can finally say yes to the things you want in life." Do you know that video had such a little amount of engagement? That's why I wanted to share my screen too, because I was going to show you the difference in revenue. But I guess God said no. That video had such a that video literally had half of the engagement of a regular video. In the first 3 hours of posting that video, it only had like 500 views. And usually, for example, on a video that, for example, talks about, let's see, a big crazy title that says warning, alarm emoji. Something big is happening next week. Be aware. It sounds ominous. It sounds spooky. Spooky ooky. It sounds scary. And then it says big bang. Folks like dysfunction. A lot of y'all motherfuckers like dysfunction. And you don't want nobody to tell you about yourself. Because then as soon as somebody tell you about yourself, you be like, oh, you ungrateful. You don't appreciate your supporters. You don't appreciate the people who got you here. Bitch, you didn't get me here by myself. You helped and I did the work. I showed up and did the work. And y'all came in and we made a team. That's the fucking problem as to why everything is being infiltrated. It's because everybody think that ain't nothing gonna happen without them. So they act extra bougie and they act extra arrogant and egotistical. And they, well, I'm going to decide where I put my support at, because if it wasn't for me, wouldn't nothing be happening. Yes, while I appreciate, and then can't nobody speak about it, because then folks start talking about how you ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful, yo. I really appreciate all of you guys who support my channel. I always have. But everybody has twisted what I've been saying to make it seem like I'm just some ungrateful ass bitch who don't appreciate the fact that people are watching me. I do. But I'm trying to get you to see how vulnerable that makes you to this fucking infiltration. And I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about it because I have children. And I remember having a childhood that I see that they don't have. I remember so much of my life that was beautiful that I've seen them be robbed of because of all of this fuck shit. And you know, I get what you're saying, Mika, because I saw your comment. You said those people are lost and confused, right? But when you have a channel, and I've been doing this experiment, right? I've been posting every day, and I told y'all that. And I didn't necessarily make false titles. I wasn't trying to clickbait y'all. But it's just like I was trying to find the most salacious way that I could describe the reading. Because listen, I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm going to pay my motherfucking bills. The whims of ignorant people are not going to determine if my children have a roof over their head and whether or not they can eat. So you can be mad at me if you want to. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to pay my bills. But I was trying to kind of test it. And it's frustrating when you as a person have good intentions to where you want a situation to go based on what you want to see in the world and the vision of prosperity and peace and tranquility that you want for your kids. Not just when it comes to what they can have from what I provide. I want them to have a good quality of life outside of our family dynamic. I want them to have good school systems that they can go to. I want them to have environments that are safe when it comes to their social, situations and their friends. When they go to the mall, I don't want them to worry about getting shot. So I'm doing my part to try to get people out of the fucked up situations that caused me to trauma bond with so many people from the jump. I'm trying to help people get out of situations that caused me to be so lost in my own life by sharing with y'all what I've learned and what I've tried to apply to my life to make it better. And you may say, oh yeah, it's just those people. Don't pay attention to those people. It's not about those people. It's about the fact that the majority says that a majority of y'all watching don't watch the positive videos. Maybe they're not promoting them. Maybe they're not pushing them out. Maybe they're not making them as visible and readily available to y'all as they are for the more salacious ones. That I know that plays a role as well. But I also know that isn't just the only thing. And when I tell y'all that this type of behavior subconsciously creeps in and makes you vulnerable to infestation and infiltration, you need to listen to what I'm saying. You don't need to do shit, but get old, pay your taxes, and die. But I'm just saying, I'm really, Spirit said this the last time they're gonna warn y'all. This the last time they're gonna warn y'all. This the last time they're gonna tell motherfuckers. See? When I'm gonna use another example so y'all can see what I'm saying. I'm talking about on a small scale when it comes to the viewership on my channel. But what about all the people who, what about all these situations that happen in these schools when it comes to inappropriate behavior, when it comes to bullying, when it comes to kids not getting the right counseling? What happens to these kids who get into these school systems where the professionally appointed people don't do their job? Don't nobody give a damn when the little child is crying by their locker. Don't nobody give a damn when somebody's kicking them in the stomach in the bathroom. Oh, but everybody shaking their boots when the poor little baby show up with a pistol to the school. Now everybody concerned. Y'all motherfuckers don't care about shit. And I'm not talking about y'all specifically. Y'all gotta understand this. I don't know who's gonna see this video. I don't know where it's gonna end up going. Spirit said I need to say what the fuck I need to say, and I'm gonna say that. So if you get offended, maybe you one of the culprits, bitch. But don't nobody care until it gets to such a level where it's drastic. And listen, and right now I'm be straight up with y'all. I enjoy spirituality, but I'm not one of them type of spiritual people where I'm gonna sit here and be like, oh, the 5D, the ether, and all this shit. That's fine, but we live right here, right now. Oh, we just gonna accept it because we in hell. We gonna accept it because we just in hell, and we've determined that to deal with and cope with the fuck shit that people do instead of dealing with them and facing it. We gonna just call it hell and accept what's going on. I'm sick of that shit, bro. Cut that shit the fuck out. That shit is dead, bro. I get what you're saying. You be aware of it. I get what you're saying. But that's an excuse. You don't understand what I'm saying. That is a subconscious way to detach and to remove yourself from accountability as an individual. That's a way for people to say, oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. That's why the black community's so fucked up. That's why we can't get out the dirt. That's why the Latinos came in here and thought that we was going to go out there and protest like we ain't been paid back. Like we ain't still waiting for our reparations. But we just supposed to be the little dog. Get out there and protest. Go on and get now. Hit us on the ass and we go. You can get mad if I'm talking about political shit. I don't care. Just because I ain't talking about your raggedy baby daddy or your raggedy baby motherfucking mama. Or that nigga that don't care if you alive or not. Or that bitch that don't answer your calls. Just because I'm not talking about them don't mean you can't gain something. That's half of y'all problem too. You can say I'm crashing out. I'm very sane. These are the reasons why we have these issues. These are the reasons why for so many years, little kids could be dancing in the music videos and then nobody say shit about it. And if we did say shit about it, we didn't say it loud enough for nothing to change. Oh. Clutch your pearls, bitch. Why the hell Faith Evans and Biggie and everybody got these little kids in the video looking like they thank you, Mika. That's where I was going. Thank you, Mika. Somebody in here awake. Biggie got these little kids in the video, and it's a little man. What video was that? I can't remember. It's a little man that looked like Biggie and Diddy. And the girls is by the pool in the swimming suit that just look like strings. That's a problem. And if y'all was talking about it, y'all wasn't talking loud enough because y'all was faking the funk. Because everybody was show on Diddy's dick for years. And look at what's going on. Everybody coming out the woodwork with lawsuits and everything the fuck else. What does that tell you? To the point where now, just like Mika said, they got this little girl, Miss Shirley, out here talking about bop, 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 bop. And she a baby. And her mama just as stupid. Got meet and greets going on with grown folks. And see, I had to learn this too. And I understand, like Quest was saying earlier, there's a learning curve, bro. I'm not even trying to be like hateful towards nobody. That is not my intention with this. But it's like, damn, how many babies got to get used? How many babies have to get abused? How many kids have to be feeling alone? I know, Mika. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was going. I was going there, and you was picking up what I was throwing down, and that's why I fuck with you. Because that's a mess. I don't care what it's for. I had to learn not to post my kids on social media like that. I had to go through and take down a lot of old pictures, videos, and things, and privatize or set to private on my Instagram, set to private on my Facebook. Then the girl that I covered on the other channel on Casey Nicole Speaks about how she was claiming and accusing that she married a monster and that he was doing something to her child. Because she was just out here dating and doing whatever with whoever. And my thing is, this is the point. I never want to chastise or criticize someone for a lesson that they have to learn. But we know enough at this point to be able to move as a community, to be able to deposit our influence in things that actually matter in an effort to navigate these infiltrations and navigate these infestations to prevent ultimately this behemoth incarnation of fuck shit. And it's not so much, I don't even think it's preventable. I think it's actually a good thing that's going to help us reset and get to back where we need to be. But the more, this is why it's happening. Y'all have to understand why everything is going to shit is because we are not working as a community. And if you are quick to say, well, that ain't me, I do what I'm supposed to do as a community, you probably part of the fucking problem. I complain and talk about everything that's going on in the black community, but what am I doing to get out there in the black community? Thus far, I haven't really been doing anything. But guess what? I'm going to a little get together tomorrow that is connected to a particular political group that I find some type of resonance with. I don't necessarily agree with everything everybody says, but I'm going out there tomorrow because there's a little Juneteenth, celebration, and I want to be a part of it. And they having it, in my area. So I said, you know what? Instead of me continuing to talk shit, I'm going to put my pedal to the metal. I'm going to put my nose to the grindstone and actually do something to try to change the things that upset me in my community, to try to figure out where I can make a mark or where I can help or where I can possibly gain more knowledge and wisdom. But it pissed me off. It really do, y'all. It pisses me off that when people try to spread a positive message, despite the fact that we know the algorithm is against it, despite the fact that we know people don't want to let the messages be heard, despite all of that suppression and all of that shit, I just feel like people are not doing their part because they're using all of those things as an excuse to say that our power is basically irrelevant. I don't like that. And I'm about sick of that shit. And the only reason why I'm talking to y'all specifically, because you're on my channel. When I post something that's positive, listen, I'm not telling y'all ain't gotta watch me. This ain't no motherfucking cult. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to take the advice that I give you. But if you're gonna be here and you're gonna watch the toxic shit and you're gonna, complain about how you sick of it, go watch the good shit too and see how you feel. See how it changed your life. Don't get in my fucking comments complaining on all these toxic ass videos and half of y'all motherfuckers ain't watched the good shit. People tired. And I'm just saying it. I'm saying what everybody the fuck is thinking. Okay? And that probably means, I'm gonna get the brunt of the backlash. But I don't care. I'm saying what all of these readers are thinking. Okay? If you're a reader and you're courageous enough to get in the comments, do your thing. But if you're not, I understand. Because that's kind of, I've done this several times where I tell y'all about yourself and everybody get mad and say, fuck that bitch, I don't want to watch her. But then you addicted ass be back a week later. I appreciate my subscribers. I appreciate my members. I appreciate all of my moderators. Y'all see how we saw Diane, we saw Asia, we saw the OGs coming back in the chat, even Quest, Mika. And if I didn't name you, it's not because I didn't want to name you. It's just because I'm just giving you guys an example. All of these people not here just to be here. It's because they've come from a place of understanding when it comes to their journey. And they've utilized the messages, whether it be from me, whether it be from another reader who has integrity and truth. And they bounce around between me and them and another person who they feel has integrity and truth. But these are the people who really get down to the nitty gritty and understand what the fuck I'm saying. You never gonna get anywhere with the blindfold over your eyes and the infiltration and infestation of bullshit through these energies and entities and spirits and people that allow these energies and entities and spirits to work through them. The infiltration and the infestation of these phonies, these plants, these false people have led y'all astray and tricked and bamboozled you into believing in the false sense of security that spirituality brings you, so that you don't see the ways that you are ultimately failing yourself. And that's what I had to say. And I'm done. God damn it. I said what I had to say. They got y'all sitting in the motherfucking house, not living your fucking life, waiting on them to upload, waiting on them to put out the next video. You ain't even living your life. You're barely washing your ass. When you go in the shower, when you take a dump, you waiting to see, did they upload? Let me catch up on this. Let me catch up on that. They don't give you no advice about how to solve your motherfucking problem. They just tell you, you just need to focus on ascension. You just need to focus on self-love. You just need to focus on this. You just need to keep on doing what you're doing. You good. You good. It's like these idiots that are in the industry that got a bunch of yes men and yes women around them who don't tell them about their fucking self. It's a travesty, bitch. It's a travesty. sniffing all in your butt crack. Cause they know that whatever they dangling on a string to your ass is gonna keep you coming. It's gonna keep their bills paid. What y'all need to remember these next 4 years is that what? Everybody trying to pay rent. Remember it. Tattoo it on your forehead. Stamp it up there, bitch. I don't care. That is what you need to remember. Everybody trying to pay rent. These folks got you hooked like you on fucking cocaine and crack. They got you hooked like you on some drugs shooting up. But they trick you. Because they put it under the guise of self-help and self-improvement and spirituality. To make you feel this false sense of fucking security. It's just crazy. Y'all want me to answer questions? Let's pay that rent, bitch. Let's pay that rent. I don't want to hear it. Don't come over here and talk to me about no Don't come over here and talk to me about no we see the incarnation now, Casey. Thina, we see what you mean. I mean the salad quest. Come here, girl. This greedy girl over here trying to lick the box. Yeah, Mika, I feel you. Listen, cost of living is crazy. You think these folks not out here trying to get you for everything you got, bitch? I'll be trying to spread my attitude to y'all because, listen, I'm not afraid to die. I told y'all this before. Thank you, Mika. I appreciate that. I'm going to definitely be trying to come on here. That's why I was trying to get the live together with the chat. I told y'all. I was planning. I done got all my OBS stuff set up. I done got my channel set up. I put all my sources in there. And I was really trying to get that live chat so I could put the chat on the screen. But I just don't know, child. I've been doing so much to try to get my computer together. And I've been doing so much because, like, it's just been so much sabotage that I've had to deal with. It's just so many obstacles and challenges that I faced. And, like, no matter what I've been through, like, y'all really do not know how much I have been through in the last 10 years of my life. And I'm not saying it's any different from what you've been through. I'm saying it because more than likely, you can relate to what I've been through and you can relate to what I've experienced. But it's like, for me, all of this shit that's happening around the world, all of these things that people are getting all flustered about, panties all in a bunch, I just don't feel any fear. I just do not feel any fear. I just don't. I'm not scared of what's going to happen with, the orange man. With the big guy. I'm not worried about nothing that he's doing. And quite frankly, I feel like a lot of people look at what he's doing and say he's the devil. He might be. But he got a lot of y'all waking up to stop being stupid. That's for sure. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of nothing that's going to happen. I'm not scared about what people going to do. I'm not scared about whether or not I'm a survivor or not. I'm not scared to die. I'm not scared to live. Okay? Speak on it. My neighbor's probably mad at me right now because I'm loud. But I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not scared to die. I'm not scared to live. I'm not scared to speak on what I feel like I need to speak on. But it's really crazy. It just really baffles me, and it's really crazy how so many people out here say that they have faith and say that they believe in God and say that they're into spirituality, but can be so fearful about what's going to happen in the next 2 days of their life that they cannot see past the infiltration and infestation of just complete fraudulence. And it's sad. And I feel like it's a test. It's a test that a lot of y'all bitches finna fail. And because I be a Captain Save a Hoe bitch. I be out here trying to save people that don't want to be fucking saved. And that's why I told y'all, Spirit is telling me that it ain't gonna be too many more warnings. It ain't gonna be too many more warnings. Cause y'all, a lot of y'all like to look at these readings and see it as somebody finally getting their karma, and y'all say as much in the comments, but don't realize that the shit is talking about your ass. I'm just not gonna be the bitch to break it to you, cause you ain't gonna listen. You gonna hate me for it. But when the reading don't resonate, or when it ends up not coming true or coming through, it's because more than likely what you're being told is a reflection of you in some way, shape, or form. And the only people that it truly resonates for, and the only people that the reading truly comes true for, are the people who've realized that and have taken steps to try to improve and evolve their life. And they're not waiting on the next bitch to get their karma. That's the only people who the reading really come true for. No, sir, Quest. Mind your business. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. I'm not going to tell you, though. I'm just saying. You can be mad if you want. People be like, oh, how come folks always do these readings talking about folks coming toward me and they don't never come toward me? Because that's your ass, goof. That's your ass. Oh, they spying on me. They spying on me. They might be. But it might sound like you watching this reading. Goof. Bobblehead. When the readings start being a confirmation of what you've already decided, or the readings start being like a confirmation of what you already did and then a result of what happened, that's when they actually resonate. Not when it's wishful thinking. Because wishful thinking with no action is basically pooting on the toilet. It's just hot air. When the reading starts sounding like, oh my God, that's what I was thinking about last night, and I made a decision to do X, Y, and Z, and then I carried out that decision with action. And now, in this reading, the first half of it is telling me the decisions that I already made and the steps that I already took. And then the last half is telling me a result that hasn't happened yet. Then it start fucking happening. That's when you on the right track. These motherfuckers be blowing smoke up y'all ass so far. I be looking at some of these reading titles and I be like, God damn. But I used to be gullible like that too. You just gotta learn. And see, I'm the type of person where I have the ability to be nurturing, and I have the ability to be very loving. I have the ability to kind of handhold you a little bit through it, but I can only do so much. Okay? I can only do so much, even with my children. I'm going to explain it to you, and then if you're confused, I'll explain it to you again. And then if it's really perplexing you, I'm going to break it down a little bit slower and maybe a little bit differently the third time. But after that, now you're getting on my goddamn nerve. Now you're not putting forth the effort. And I can guarantee you that the readers who actually care about y'all, The readers who actually care about y'all and who are actually speaking facts on this here platform. Because I don't trust nobody on TikTok. I don't trust none of them bitches on TikTok. I'm telling you right now. Okay? But those readers who came and they were kind of starting off on YouTube back in the early 2010s, and you know, when YouTube kind of first got established, and then tarot and spirituality started being introduced on the platform, and they've been around for years. Some of them left. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that a lot of these OG readers that came on the platform right after it was established, 2010s, 2015s, you know, why do you think they all gone? Cause it turned into a goddamn shit show. And the meaning of it was contorted and skewed and diluted. And I feel like there have been a majority of authentic people, more so than false people, up until about 2021, into 21, early 2022. It was some trash coming in. Trash. Not all of y'all. I'm just saying the ratio has shifted from having a majority of authentic readers and authentic spiritual people and authentic clairvoyance to being a whole lot of fucking bullshit. And then a lot of y'all can't tell the difference, just like you can't tell what's AI and what's real. So then you treat the people who are real like trash. And you give all the fake ones the praise because they've blown enough smoke up your booty hole to where you floating. And you feel like you on cloud 9. Because they've been blowing in your butt for 2-3 years. Making you think you're ascending when all they doing is blowing smoke up your ass. So when somebody actually tells you about something good, but they let you know, hey, you got to do this first, or you got to make that change first, or you got to admit this to yourself. Then your ass be like, I don't want to listen to that shit. I don't want to hear what the fuck you talking about. You just talking, you just mad, you just mad. You just mad. That's your energy. That's your energy. That's your energy, bitch. I'm gonna click off because that's your energy. That ain't got nothing to do with me, bitch. And the whole time it be your stupid ass, you goofy bitch. Goofy. I don't know. I think I think that's a projection. That's that reader. That's her life. That's her life. Then that's what she got going on there. That's what she got going on there. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Just how goofy my neck was looking bobbling around is how goofy you look to all of us who really be trying to tell you how to fix your life. Eat young little face ass. Just laugh, y'all. Because it's funny. Mm-hmm. Y'all, I ain't got no chill, bro. I ain't got no chill. Oh my God. I'm just saying, that shit be stupid as fuck. Like, be like, God damn, why it always gotta be me all the time? Then when we go off and we talk about this type of stuff, right? Like, I'm not mad about it, but listen, when we talk about it, the whole hive, the whole mob jumps on us like we crazy. But then you got the people who trying to be helpful, right? Some of y'all be trying your best to be helpful. And you be like, you know, y'all be all calm. Y'all be like, you know, you just gotta let it roll off your back. Just don't worry about it. Those are the people who don't deserve the message. It's all right. The people who need to hear it are going to hear it. And while I get that, the nature of the business that we are in here, doing what it is that we do, it's like, well, yes, while that is true that you say that, it's a little bit like, I know this is an extreme example and y'all are going to be like, damn, bitch. But it's kind of like when a person gets raped or molested and you say, oh, well, at least you didn't get pregnant. That's how it feels. That's crazy, right? That's how it feels. Because it feels so frustrating to hear people constantly want to change their life. But then when they have the tools provided to them or they're given the tools to change their life, they choose dysfunction. And when you tell them, hey, this is where you fucking up, then you become the enemy. And then when you say, hey, that's crazy that I'm the enemy, I'm just trying to help you because you asked me for help or you came to me for help. And then then you can't say nothing. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So guess what? I'm going to speak the motherfucking truth. And you could say that I'm oppressed or you could say whatever you want to say. We need to get back to being fucking humans. All this shit has disassociated you from your humanity. And that's why the infiltration has taken place. Because half of y'all can't look people in the eye when you're talking. You don't make eye contact. Half of y'all can barely read. Half of y'all don't know how to spell. Half of y'all don't know how to get around your damn city if you don't have the GPS on. Oh, somebody said, Kitty was meowing. I'm just saying. So, we got to be aware. We got to be aware of the plot. And what is the plot? Is to incarnate some type of spiritual deity that may or may not be a tool for damage and destruction. That's what it boils down to. Rather than choosing to put in that work to correct themselves, most people need someone to validate their ego. Exactly. And I'm not going to be that bitch. I'm not going to be all in your asshole. I don't eat booty. I'm not the booty warrior. I like booty. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. But either way, I'm just going to get me some booty. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, y'all. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. My Lord. Oh, my God. I've been watching Love Island, y'all. Okay, so, moving forward. Oh, this Diddy. Wait, let me do Diddy impression. I can't do him. I don't even want to channel that energy. Never mind. I changed my mind, bitch. Hello, Kevin. Hello. Just to let y'all know, I am completely sober. I have not drank alcohol in 5 days plus. Okay. I've been skating. Quest said, nah, I don't. I said, nah, me too. I know, Quest. I ain't finna do that shit. You ain't gonna catch me slipping, bitch. I'm not finna do that shit. But no, I've been skating, y'all. And now I can kind of like go backwards a little bit. And I'll be like, ooh, ooh. I be trying to go backwards and then I fell. I fell last night, bitch. But it was a good situation. You gonna hear about it in the readings. Cause I did a reading. You'll probably hear about it on Monday. Okay. What else? I've been watching Love is Blind. Have y'all been watching Love? I'm not Love is Blind. Jesus Christ. Love Island. Have y'all been watching Love Island? Y'all be watching reality show. What y'all be watching on Peacock? Because when I moved, my internet service provider gave me a free Peacock subscription with my bill. So now I get to watch Netflix with my phone bill and I get to watch Peacock with my internet. So have y'all been watching Love Island? Cause bitch, I am hooked. That was all I want to talk about. I'm done now. I ain't gonna chew into y'all no more. Y'all just need to know. Ain't that a throwback? Do it again. Ain't that from back in the day? I know, Kevin. It's too much work. It's way too much work, Booski. If I get it for free, I'm going to watch it on the platform. But if I can't get it for free on the platform through my internet provider or whatever provider, then I'll watch it on the Fire Stick. Okay. Isn't it two Sirens too? I already watched Sirens, Mika. Wasn't that the one I was talking about before, where the lady was she had the assistant and then the assistant, I don't want to spoiler alert it, whatever. I don't know about BMF. Okay. It's that one, Mika. I like that one too. I finished Sirens so fast. Hey, baby. Oh, come here. Look at who's here. Look at who it is. Look at you, girl. Look. You see? I'm going to give you a little piece of meat. You want some meat? Oh, there it go. Come here. You don't want to say hello to the people? This my baby. All right, girl. Get the fuck on. You be doing too much. Here, take it. Dang, get on my nerves. She's so spoiled. Forever on Netflix? I gotta check that out. What's that about? What's Forever about? You said you made up a rapper. I was 7. My name is Kevin. I live in heaven. I'm 7 and I hate the word Devin. If I hear it again, I'm gonna punch him in the No, you didn't do that. You was 7 years old. That's funny. See, I need to watch The Shy too. Those are, see, all of those, okay. So all the shows that are like Power, y'all, all the shows that are like Power, I just can't get into it. I got into Power and I was just constantly irritated. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what it is. I can't get into them shows because I just know I'm gonna be mad and I'm just gonna be like, you know what? See, I don't know what it is. Why do I do that, y'all? And then do it again. I like shows like Murder, She Wrote. I wish they had Perry Mason on one of these streaming platforms or something. I need to go look up some Perry Mason episodes because them things was bumping. Yeah, I tried to get into Breaking Bad too. I wanted to watch Breaking Bad. I wanted to watch Walking Dead. I never watched Walking Dead, bitch. Y'all probably think I watched that. I did not watch Walking Dead. I did not watch Breaking Bad. I do y'all remember that show Ozark? I really liked Ozark. And then I stopped watching that. I think really what it was that I was just feeling like I was really just feeling like I just didn't have the time. I constantly, that's so crazy. That's why I be telling y'all, like, really get out there and live your life. You have to work on, like, getting rid of the fear. Yeah. After the second season of Walking Dead, it was stupid. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. See, and that's the thing. Like, I don't be wanting to get into those real big, deep shows that got a bunch of seasons because I just feel like, I don't know. The only show that I ever watched all them seasons for was Game of Thrones, and then they fucked it up at the end. And then Outlander, which I told y'all I love me some Outlander. I got into the Witcher show, and then the dude said he wasn't gonna be Witcher no more. And I just be mad because I'm like, I don't want to get attached to y'all hoes, and then you go and change shit up, change actors, change actresses, and then it be different people, and I don't know. You talking about the same you talking about the same character who was just somebody else last season. And I want to get back into Handmaid's Tale too. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I be wanting to get into. I got all of these because y'all said Forever was good on Netflix. I want to check that out. I'm gonna try to watch BMF because I definitely have heard that it was good. I don't know about The Shy because I heard that was good too, but I don't know. Might make me mad because ain't it about Chicago? It might make me mad. Oh my God. You said I hate that show when they had to run to the line and not get shot. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, Game of Thrones was good. Oh, you wanted them to keep going? You wanted them to keep going with that? With the schmecks? I just didn't like the way they ended the plot and the storyline of it. I feel like it got rushed and I feel like it was sloppy on Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. I'll watch it. But I feel like they, at the end, I did watch Power. I watched Power, but shows that are like Power, like The Shy or like BMF, I just feel like, I don't know, them type of shows, like the hood aesthetic. I just don't like the hood aesthetic. I really don't like perpetuating that type of shit. I think I'm more so into either shows that are about like magic or like medieval times, vibe, it's giving off I like kind of like the gore. I like the blood and gore genre. Cause Game of Thrones is right up my alley, okay? Cause at the first time when Ned, the beginning of Game of Thrones, when Ned had to slice that man, oh, I was like, oh, that's the type of stuff I like, okay? I'm not against that. Like, so if it's a show about like, kind of violent and gory, I'm okay with that. I just don't like to watch like the hood drama like that because I had to actually live it. So I kind of don't like that type of stuff. And then if it's got anything to do with like magic, because Outlander is definitely a show about magic or like witches or the witchy vibe, because Sirens that was on Netflix was kind of giving off this kind of like mysterious, like weird witchy vibe, trippy energy, anything that's got to do with trippy stuff. I'm down with that. Like Handmaid's Tale was a little bit twisted, Like Handmaid's Tale was definitely something that could possibly happen, but it was a little twisted and it was like weird. And I like those weird abstract shows. Oh, you talking about Squid Games? Oh, I don't know. That one was a little. I don't know. That might be a little too much. But yeah, y'all. I think I was at a point in my life where I kind of felt like I didn't have time to do that type of stuff, and I fell off with all the shows that I was watching because I just felt like I had to work all the time. I was so wrapped up in working and like trying to survive that I stopped enjoying things and I stopped being myself and I stopped getting out there into the world. And I just, I'm here to let you know that that ain't the way to go. It don't matter how much y'all are stressed out. It doesn't matter how much y'all have going on. It doesn't matter how much somebody may be trying to, infiltrate your space and, make your life difficult. At the end of the day, the best way to avoid a lot of the things that we talked about tonight is to a lot of things that we talked about tonight is like the ways that you can prevent it from happening is to continue to keep those aspects of your life fluid and current. You can prevent the infestation, you can prevent the infiltration, you can prevent anything being created, or you can prevent yourself from being used as a vessel to create this negativity to where you going out and grabbing bitches by the hair. You can prevent that from happening if you continue to implement these things regardless of what's going on. And like me watching Love Island, I don't like reality TV like that either, because I can't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta no more, because I used to try to watch that. I can't do that. Okay. And I can't watch nothing on Zeus Network, because that's the devil. Okay. That's you talking about demons. You talking about demons. They be running around on Zeus Network freely, butt ass naked with their booty out. Okay. Because I'm not watching Zeus. But I like Love Island. I'm okay with Love is Blind, but I feel like Love is Blind be playing games. They be playing silly games, especially with black women. I don't really watch Married at First Sight, but like I like those types of reality shows. UFC. I used to watch wrestling. I watch fights like when I go to the bar and it's a fight on, I'll watch it. I like basketball more than UFC. Yeah. But I like those love shows because it's like, oh, I'm girly deep down on the inside. I want to see love. I love, bitch. I want to see love. And Love Island been really getting me. Yeah, I like basketball better. When I go to the skating rink, they be playing basketball on the screen. Oh my God. The cat's starting to act crazy, y'all. But listen, y'all, I'm finna go. Oh, Sam, I see you, Sam. I saw you come in here. Love on the Spectrum. I heard Love on the Spectrum was good. I heard it was good. I gotta watch that too. Cause I heard, okay, so this was what I heard. Do it again. They said, basically, the people who I heard talking about it were basically saying that it was good because it was actually like a show about love where people weren't really trying to come in and like portray this specific persona. They were actually coming in to find love, and it was less superficial. So you could actually see like the pure and authentic connections being formed because they were less superficial. Is that what you took from it? Because I haven't watched it yet. I don't know about Sleepless in Seattle. I think I heard about that. I like older movies too. I definitely like older movies. It's a bunch of movies that I be wanting to watch. The movie be hard to get into, child. I gotta actually sit down and be like, I'm gonna watch this movie today. That's what it has to be. I can just turn on the show while I'm doing other stuff. But with a movie, I really want to like zone in and tune in and pay attention. That's what they said about Love on the Spectrum, though. Wait, Sam, who you talking about? Some bees need ASS whooped. Who you talking about? Ivory. Oh wait, I saw you comment too, Ivory. I think I watched Parasite. Justin. Ivory, I saw you chatting. I'm sorry. You said I fell in love with an underground star and he vaped me. What? Girl, what the hell are you talking about? Vamped you? Oh, he's a vampire? He bit you? Y'all be cracking me up. I don't know if that. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I got it. See, I be catching on. I be catching it. I just be having to slow it down and then catch it. Okay. Yeah, do it again. You said yes. It's like watching the kids that was in the special, quote unquote, special classes find love. It's beautiful. I know it is. That was one of the ones. That was one of the ones that I wanted to watch too. But see, you know why I started watching Love Island first? It was because everybody that I like to watch was doing reviews on Love Island and I didn't watch it yet. And it frustrated me because I kept hearing about what was going on and I was like, dang. I kept hearing about what was going on. And I was mad that I didn't see it for myself. Like, I could not believe some of the shit that was going on. And I just had to see it for myself. So I started watching it. Yes, y'all. But listen, it is 11:30. We have been struggling through this live for over 2 hours. Undercover brother. Y'all, we've been on here for about 2 hours. I really love and appreciate all of you guys. I understand it may have been a struggle. Okay. Oh my goodness, Ivory, be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be careful, honey. Be careful, child. Okay. Let me know in the comments of this video if you watch it back on playback or if you're now in the live chat. Get in the comments of this video. Let me know what you thought on my thoughts and what I said. Also, you guys, if you guys want me to maybe do some questions, I'm thinking maybe I might, but I'm also thinking probably I might not. So if you are someone who watches the channel and you're interested in doing quick questions that are not detailed to get you a quick answer to what you're talking about on a live stream or just chatting and hanging out more, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I really appreciate all of you guys. I love y'all so much. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. I just had to let y'all know what was going on, Pisces. Get that shit off my chest. And now we can, what? Proceed, bitch. Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Kevin, no, baby. No. You don't just ask questions. You got to pay for the questions. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Do it again. Thank you. Do it again. Thank you. Do it again. You know I love you. Okay. But I will see you guys. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out our uploads daily at 11:11, usually anywhere from 11 o'clock to 2. And I will see y'all next time. Remember, Pisces. Remember, Pisces. This is our Circle Boost. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, stanky poos. Take your ass outside. Get out the house. Stop watching tarot.